I'll read that again. Message, we're going public with this. Turn to somebody and say, we're going public with this. We're going public with it. We're going public with the glory. We're going public with the power. We're going public with the manifestations. Verse 15, neither do men light a candle, put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it gives light unto all that are in the house. Verse 16, let your light so shine. One of the Greek words for the word shine is radiate. That word's coming up a lot lately. Radiate. Let your light so shine. Another Greek word is a torch. Torch. Let it so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. This one translation that's called the Reed translation, that they may see the beauty of your life. The beauty of your life. Let your light so shine that they see that glory emanating from you. I'll tell you, I had another message that I was going to preach to you. Had it actually prepared. And I was also working on some of my Gloria Copeland outlines yesterday. And so I did my message in the morning, working on Gloria Copeland outlines in the afternoon. And I told the Lord, I said, after I'd finished with those outlines, I'm going to take some time and just meditate on that message. Well, in between that time, Dara sent me a YouTube clip. And I texted her back. I said, I'm going to watch it. And I was doing a few other things. And I finally said, I need to watch this. So I sat down and I started looking at it. And it changed my entire message. It got me, Dara, I was so on fire. I watched it 4 or 5 times. And every time I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is what we've been looking for. This is what we've been looking for. Anybody familiar with Bethel in California? Great church. Bill Johnson is the pastor of it. Listen to him preach before. They have awesome things that go on there. And what you'll see in this clip is him, and he talks about how much it's like his week was so awesome. He's wondering, how can this get better? I mean, it's just so awesome. And he said, though, and I'm telling you all about this, I should just show it, but he did say, because this really tickled me, he said, I want Chad to come up here. Now, Chad is 23 years old, and he says, I want Chad to give his testimony. He said, we might as well get this over with because you're going to like the testimony more than my message. I'm like, well, there's an honest pastor right there. And it so affected me. It so did something on the inside. I just shifted gears and said, oh, Lord, something's going on here. We can't miss this. We cannot miss this. So, shall I show it to you next week, or do you want to see it now? Okay, take a look at your screens. Let's take a look at Chad's testimony.
Man, we had such a wild week. Do you ever have weeks that go by and you go, I don't know that it could get any better? I mean, I know that technically it can, but I am so much on overload, I'm not sure how I could handle anything more extreme. Chad, are you here? Chad, come here, Chad. Come here. Come here.
Amazing testimony.
I guarantee you'll like the testimony more than the sermon, so we might as well get this out of the way. Now, tell us the grocery store one, all right?
Okay. Well, this was like a week and a half ago, and I'm about 23 years old, so about 10 o'clock I get hungry again, so decided to go to the grocery store and get some donuts. And so, yeah, see, we got some other 23-year-olds here too. And so I walk into the grocery store, and I see this girl with a hearing aid at the checkout stand in front of the store. And so I said, excuse me, ma'am, is it all right if I could just pray for you? And she's all, sure, you know, and she kind of gave me that look like, okay, I'm going to go my way. You could like pray in your, in your room late at night for me and stuff like that. So, and I was like, no, I want to pray for you like right now. And she said, oh, okay. So I began to just tell her, hey, God just likes to heal. It's not about me. It's about Jesus. And so I began to pray for her, and I asked her to take off her hearing aids. And so I go, can you hear me? And she's all, oh, yeah, I could hear you. And she was 100% deaf in one ear and 50% deaf in the other. And so I'm like, so I take a little step back a little further, and I said, can you hear me now? And I just began to say, hey, my name's Chad. Just repeat after what I say. And she's all, okay, my name's Chad. I'm like, really, it is? But no, it was. And so then I asked her, like, hey, my favorite food is pizza, and I had to repeat it. So I get farther back, and to the point where I went to the checkers and I said, can you guys hear me? And the checkers are like, we could barely hear you. And the girl with the, that once had hearing loss and hearing aids, she said, I could hear you fine. She had better hearing than the checkers had. And so she's crying, but the other thing is the checkers are crying. And so right then, I just realized, obviously God is here, and God just starts downloading me like words of knowledge about other people in the grocery store. And so I just began to tell the checkers, I said, hey, God's here. God has also given me some other things that God wants to heal, some other like illnesses. Do you think it'd be all right if I just get on like the intercom and call them out? And they say, well, this is God. Yeah, here you go. And so, they teach me how to use the intercom, and I say, attention all shoppers. So I just begin to tell them, God is in this building. He just healed this lady in the front who was deaf, 100% deaf in one ear and 50% deaf in the other. I had her get up on the intercom and give the testimony. She's up there crying, saying, I could hear perfectly fine. And so I get on the intercom and I say, hey, I feel like God wants to heal a hip. I actually saw that he just wanted to give somebody a new hip. So if somebody needs a new hip, just come on up. If anybody with vision problems